Welcome back to day 2 of addition strategies within 20, boys and girls. Yesterday, we learned some important vocabulary words, and we're going to review them before we start our lesson. The first vocabulary word is sum. This is your answer to the addition problem. The sum also means the total. It is your largest number. So if you're trying to find a total, what is that biggest number you're going to arrive at when you combine two or more numbers? When you put together two or more numbers? When you add two or more numbers? Okay? The sum means the total. Our next word is additive. These are the digits being added. Yesterday we practiced looking at various number sentences, and for each number sentence we went and identified the additive, the sum, and the partner numbers. The additives are all the numbers that are being added to find the total or the sum. Okay? Our next word that we learned was partner numbers. These are the smaller numbers that are put together to make the total. Just like the additive, partner numbers are the numbers that are being added, okay? These are all the numbers you have to put together to find the total. Our final vocabulary word, I'll introduce it, but we'll talk more about it on Thursday, okay? This vocabulary word is commutative property of addition. In this property, it says the numbers or the additives can be switched, but the sum stays the same. So that means all the number sentences we saw, we can switch the additives and our answer will be the same. For example, if I wanted to add the number sentence 1 plus 2, 1 plus 2 is 3. But the commutative property says I can flip those two additives around and it'll still be the same. If 1 plus 2 is 3, that means 2 plus 1 equals 3. Notice, we came to the same answer. We arrived at the same answer. And all we did was flip the numbers that we were adding around. I can flip them any way I want to, and I'll still arrive at the same answer, okay? We will look at more of that on Thursday, okay? Now, we're going to do some sample problems together, okay? They look similar to what we did yesterday, although the only difference is I am going to be showing you how to label each of the words, each of them, okay? I'm going to show you how to go about and label it, okay? Now I have a dry erase board that I'm also going to be using to display my answers, okay? So the first one says, create a picture using the counters. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use my counters. If I click on them, I have two different colors. I have red and purple. I want to show what 5 plus 8 is. So what I'm going to do is come over here. Oops, hold on, you know what? Okay, I'm going to come over and I'm going to show how to add 5 plus 8. So I'm going to bring down, the first number is 5. So I'm going to bring down 5 counters. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me double check it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, the next number that I would like to show is 8. I want to add 8 to 5 plus 8. So let me count. We got 1, and I like to use different color counters to show that I'm adding another number, adding the second additive. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And let me count and make sure I have 8 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And let me finish counting from here. I know this row is 8, so let's finish counting. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 5 plus 8 equals 13. Okay. And I'm going to come over here and write 13 in the box. There's my answer. I'm also going to label the following words, okay? The first one I'm going to put is additives. 5 and 8 are additives. The next one I'm going to add is called our partner numbers. Okay. And then the last word I'm going to add is the sum, which means the total. Okay. And there I have it. I labeled my number sentence. I found the additives, which are 5 and 8. I showed you I found the partner numbers, which also means 5 and 8. And I found my answer, which is the sum, which is 13. I also use counters to display my total. And I use 2 different counters to represent each additive so that I know my work is correct. Okay? Give myself a round of applause. Now, we're going to try another one, okay? The next one is 7 plus 6 equals blank. We're going to do the same exact thing as we did on this last problem, okay? We're going to do the same exact thing as the last problem, okay? All right. So this is what we're going to do as a class. Same thing, I just flipped over to a different screen, okay? We're going to have the same directions that says label the number sentence using the vocabulary words additives, partner numbers, and sum. And notice the words additives, partner numbers, and sums are all highlighted. Those are bold words. It's a text feature and it means important words. Anytime you see a word highlighted and the word is dark, that was what we call bold, that means it is a key word. It's an important word. And we gotta try to remember it because we're gonna need that to help us with whatever we're learning, okay? These are important key words. Then it says draw a picture and solve, okay? So again, I'm going to do the same exact thing as I did on the other practice, okay? We're going to label the number sentence using the vocabulary additives, partner numbers, and sum. Let's look at the first number sentence. We have 10 plus 7 equals blank. Okay? The first thing I'm going to do this time, I am going to label it. Okay? I'm going to label it. This time, I'm going to put partner numbers on top. Okay? There we go. And then I'm going to label it again. And I'm going to write additives at the bottom. And I know this big box is what I'm trying to find out, my missing digit or my missing number. That means that is the sum. So now I drew a box and I wrote a label for sum, okay? And I'm going to actually take the word the out. It doesn't have to say the sum, just sum. Okay? There we go. So now I labeled it. I know what each part of my number sentence, which the numbers represent, whether it's an addend, a partner number, or it's the sum. Now I'm going to come over and take the counters just like I did with the example. And I have 10 plus 7. So since I have 10, I'm going to pick one of the counter colors. It doesn't matter which one I choose, purple or red. Since purple is my favorite color, I'm going to represent that, the number 10, with 10 purple counters. So help me count it out. 1, 2, 3. That's kind of close. Let's move it over some. 4, 5, 6, 7. Oops. Hold on. 7, 8, 9, 10. And I need to definitely double check it because I had a little boo-boo, so I had to go correct it. So let me make sure I have 10. Okay. Oops. Flip the page. So here I go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I'm going to use the red counters to show 7. So here I go. Help me count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And let me count and double check that it's 7. Here I go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then I'm going to finish counting. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So 10 plus 7 equals 17. So I'm going to draw my text box in here again. And I'm going to write the number 17. And I have completed that problem. Okay? Let's see how well you understand what to do. We're going to do a problem together, but you're also going to try it on your own as well. Okay? We have the same directions for slide 2. I just clicked on the number 2 and it took me to the slide. Now, this time the number sentence says 9 plus 5. What I want you to do is use your notebook paper, write down this number sentence. 9 plus 5 equals blank. Once you write down this number sentence, I want you to label it with the following words: addends, partner numbers, and sum. If you forget how to spell it, those important words are bold and highlighted in yellow right above. So you shouldn't have to spell those words wrong. It's right in front of you, okay? So what you're doing is writing out your number sentence and adding these labels, okay? It's going to look just like this first slide, okay? I showed you where partners numbers at. I showed you where addends were at. And I showed you where the sum is at by writing the words down, okay? I want you to do the same thing for 9 plus 5. You may begin. Couple more minutes or seconds. Okay, now it's Miss Barnhart's turn, so I'm going to go add the text boxes. And I'm going to write the word additives. Then I'm add the text box again. And I'm going to add the word partner numbers. And then I'm adding another text box. And write sum. Okay. And that was it. Now, let's work together and we're going to model this number sentence so we can find the sum. 9 plus 5. If I was to select a red or purple, I'm going to pick one color and stick with it. How many circles do I need to drag down if my number sentence is 9 plus 5? Yes, I will take out 9 circles. So you're going to draw 9 circles and I'm going to draw 9 circles. Ready? And let's take our time and count. And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And I'm going to go back and double check and make sure I have 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good job. I have 9 counters. Now I'm using another color. And I'm going to show 5 counters. Boys and girls, remember, if you don't have crayons or markers or color pencils at home, and you just have a pencil, feel free to use that pencil and just draw your pictures neatly down below under your first set of pictures, okay? Now, we're going to draw out 5. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to double check and make sure I have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I know I already have 9 counters up here, so I'm going to finish counting out, starting from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 9 plus 5 equals 14. So I'm going to come over, draw my text box, and enter my answer. And problem number 2, it's done. We have the labels added in, partner number, and sum. We also showed our final answer. And then we came over here and modeled and showed everybody what 9 plus 5 put together equals. All right? Let's do another one. This one's really easy. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to label 4 plus 6 equals blank, okay? I want you to write the number sentence down. Then I want you to label it with the words additive, partner numbers, and sum. When you're done, I want you to go over to the picture and I want you to model what 4 plus 6 looks like by drawing out the counters, okay? What does 4 plus 6 look like, okay? When you're done, hold your notebook up to your camera so that myself or Mrs. Flemings can check it, okay? And if Mrs. Willis is with us, she can also check it as well. So again, I want to see this number sentence written down with these words next to what it represents. Then come over and draw a picture. I'm going to set my timer for 3 minutes and 30 seconds, okay? That should give you enough time. And you may begin. We got about 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. If you think you have it, go ahead and display it in the camera so that we can check over it. One minute and 15 seconds left. If you're done, make sure you check over your final answer. Make sure you have a row of 4 counters, a row of 6 counters, and we're adding them together to see what we get. Also, make sure you label where your addendum is, where your partner number is, and where your sum is over on this side of your board, or on your paper, should I say. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and show you what your paper should look like, okay? Remember, partner number and addends can be switched around, okay? They're going to mean the same thing. So I'm going to put partner numbers there. And then I'm going to add addends here. And my final one I'm going to do is write the word sum. Okay. Then I'm going to come over. My first number is 4. So I'm going to pick any color and bring out 4 counters. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I'm going to use my second color to represent the 6 counters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I know I have 4, so I'm going to finish counting. 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm going to add a text box and add my number in the box, okay? There we go. So 4 plus 6 equals 10. If your paper looks just like mine, you labeled it with the words partner numbers, addend, and sums, and you also show how to use counters in 2 different colors. Or if you just had a pencil, you put your counters on 2 different rows and you added them up and you got 10. Give yourself a big round of applause. That means you did an awesome job. Very nice job today, boys and girls. You did an awesome job, and some of you, I'm very proud of what I've seen. Remember what we learned yesterday, okay? And I looked at your seesaw activities from yesterday. Most of you, I sent it back because you forgot to label your number sentence. So I need you to go back in there and label your number sentence, just like we did with these last 3 to 4 problems we did this with. We labeled each one, and we gave the answer, and we showed our thinking. If you did not do that in your classwork yesterday, I sent it back with the note telling you to go ahead and label it, okay? If you need assistance on what to do with that, when it's the independent practice time, I'll be more than happy to help you. Just have your parents have you join the link again or give me a call and I can walk you through it. Now for classwork, you're going to go into your Clever account, and of course, you're going to go to Seesaw. And we're going to do the same exact thing we did in class today, okay? What you're going to do, you're going to click on Addition Strategies. Well, it will be in your activities, but you'll click on Addition Strategies that look like this. And notice it has the same example from yesterday because some of us didn't use that example. So we show where the addend was, we show where the partner number was, and we show where the sum is at. You are going to do the same exact thing as we did today and yesterday. You're going to label each part of your number sentence. And I can show you what it looks like. Label each part of your number sentence. And then over here, it doesn't have the counters because it doesn't transfer over right now. Over here, you're going to need to use your pencil and draw out your circles to represent each number sentence. Once you draw it out, go ahead and count them all up and find the total, which means the sum, and place it over in this text box. When you're done, come along, which you really can't see it, but come along on this side. You'll see slide 1, slide 2, slide 3, slide 4. Click on the next slide and you're going to do the same exact thing. So once again, you're going to go into your Seesaw account. You're going to find this activity, addition strategies within 20, day 2. Very important that you find day 2. Okay? When you're done, once you got it, you're going to go ahead and click on it. And you're going to do the same thing we did in class yesterday and the same thing we did in class today. We're going to label our vocabulary words. And then we're going to come over here, draw our pictures out. It would be great if you had 2 different crayons or 2 different markers or 2 different color pencils. But I know most of us don't have them right now. So no worries. Go ahead and use a pencil and show how to display 13 plus 6. Show that number sentence using the 2 different counters, okay? Or use your pencil to show 13 on one row and 16 on the other. And that is what you will be doing in your Seesaw account for today, okay? You're looking for addition strategies within 20, day 2, all right? If you need help, I have extra learning support time right after lunch at 12:30. I can jump on and help you out, okay? You and an adult at home just has to reach out to me, all right? Happy learning.